The power of listening to your inner monologue. We are at the center of the book and at the center of the journey. So I want to pause and bring you into something personal. Something that changed everything for me. Something that will change everything for you too. It is this. You cannot change your thinking until you learn to hear your thinking. Most people never do. Most people live their whole life reacting to thoughts they never once examined. Thoughts they did not choose. Thoughts that do not match their goals, their purpose, or their potential. But if you want to get rich in the certain way, if you want to rewire your brain and shift your dopamine system, if you want to become the creator of your own life, you must learn to listen to your inner monologue. The voice inside you is the creator of your results every day. Your inner voice is speaking. It is narrating your life. It is shaping your decisions. It is deciding your actions before you take them. The science is clear. Thoughts create emotional states. Emotional states create actions. Actions create outcomes. And outcomes create your life. But it all begins with the voice inside your mind. If that voice is telling you this is too hard, I never get ahead, that will never work, people like me do not win, or I am stuck, then your actions will follow that script, even if you do not want them to. This is why awareness is power. Awareness is the first step of change. The day I started listening, there was a moment in my life when I realized something shocking. I had no idea what I was thinking during most of my day. My thoughts were running me. They were old patterns, old beliefs, old memories, old stories. They were not mine anymore. They were habits. The moment I started paying attention, the moment I began to track the voice inside, everything shifted. Because once you hear the voice, you can question it. You can interrupt it. You can redirect it. You can upgrade it. Thoughts you observe lose their power. Thoughts you observe become thoughts you can replay. This is where transformation begins. Until you hear the thought, you cannot change the thought. You cannot fix a leak you refuse to look for. You cannot repair a pattern you refuse to examine. This is why shadow thinking rules people's lives. Here's the truth. You cannot think in a certain way unless you know how you think now. Listening to your inner monologue is the bridge. Awareness is the doorway to power. Every time you catch a thought that does not match your vision, you weaken it. You pull energy away from it. You untrain it from your nervous system. And every time you reinforce a new thought aligned with creation, abundance, and purpose, you strengthen the neural pathway that will carry you to wealth. This is neuroplasticity. This is identity formation. This is creative thought in action. What you hear will shock you when you start to listen. You will hear things like, why even try? This is too much. I always mess things up. Nothing ever works out. I do not want to be seen. People will judge me. I'm not ready. Thoughts from fear. Thoughts from your past. Thoughts from a scarcity model you no longer follow. And then you will hear flashes of power. I can do this. This is my time. I am becoming something new. This makes sense. I am growing. I am ready. I am capable. I can see the path, and you will begin to notice the difference. That is the shift. Creating the new inner voice. The goal is not to silence your inner monologue. The goal is to guide it, shape it, train it like a muscle. Bring it into alignment with a certain way. Your inner voice must reflect where you are going, not where you have been. It takes practice, but it is simple. Whenever you hear a thought that pulls you down, label it, not helpful, not me, not in alignment, and choose a new one, even if it feels small at first, even if it feels fake at first. Repetition makes it real. This is how you rewire your brain. This is how you shift dopamine away from fear and back toward purpose. This is how you build the identity that can hold wealth. Your assignment, starting today, I want you to become an observer of your own mind. Not a judge, not a critic, an observer. For the next 24 hours, listen, track, notice. What thoughts rise when you wake up? What thoughts follow you through the day? What thoughts appear when you dream about your future? What thoughts show up when you try something new? What thoughts appear when you imagine becoming wealthy? By the time this 24-hour practice is done, you will understand your patterns better than ever before, and from that understanding, you can begin to rebuild. This is the turning point. This break in the book is intentional, because this is the moment you take full ownership of your inner world. This is the moment where awareness becomes your superpower. This is the moment where you stop living from old patterns and start creating new ones. If you can learn to listen to your inner monologue, you can learn to reshape it. If you can reshape it, you can reshape your future. And if you can reshape your future, you can become rich in a certain way. This is the shift. This is Boom Dopamine Shift, and this is where you step into full power. Boom.